Taranaki's flagship stadium has been condemned after geotechnical testing showed the bank under its west stand is a significant earthquake risk. The testing was commissioned after a November report found the Yarrow Stadium's east stand was earthquake prone. Taranaki Rugby CEO Jeremy Parkinson says the closure comes just 10 weeks before the start of the Mitre 10 Cup, leaving the Taranaki Bulls without a home base. He told me he was delivered the news late yesterday afternoon.
Shock initially, but effectively we've got to be solutions orientated. We've got a Mitre 10 Cup competition starting in 10 weeks' time. And the decision's been made in the best interest of the public. So effectively, it's still a game of rugby on a rugby field with two teams. It's just the infrastructure around it. So it's our job to go out and find an alternative solution in the region where we can play our fixtures.
And what is that solution?
Oh, there's a number of options. We do have pre-Mitre 10 Cup Shield challenges coming up. We play Poverty Bay out at the Clifton Rugby Club in Tikarangi on Saturday the 28th of July, and then we also play Wanganui in Harara at the TSB Stadium in South Taranaki. So there's venues there, and there's also been fixtures played at TT Stadium in Inglewood as well. We had a Ranfurly Shield challenge there in 2012 when we hosted King Country, and indicative sort of figures were around sort of 6,000 people were in attendance there. So there are options. It's just not at the level that we've been used to and the home of Taranaki Rugby, which is Yarrow Stadium.
What about long term? How confident are you that Yarrow Stadium will be restored? I
suppose it's been a big decision to close it to the public. So with that being made, it's obviously there's some significant issues there. We're just a tenant, so we have a lease at the stadium, so we're currently without a home. So we need to address 2018 first, get through that, and then take a deep breath and work with everyone in and around what's best for the region in regards to a regional stadium.
Back in November, a report found that the stadium's east stand was earthquake prone. So how concerned were you back then that it might be more widespread than that?
So the understanding is it's that the west stand is fine structurally. It's just the ground that it sits on is not stable and suitable to support the structure. So I suppose the geotech report saying in the event of a seismic event that potentially the whole bank would slide away and the stadium would collapse onto itself. So they've made the call that that's too big a risk to the public. So that's my take on it. And the east stand is obviously on similar ground. So the understanding is all the issues are below the ground.
This is a real blow, isn't it? Not just for rugby, but for other sporting events in Taranaki.
Totally. There has been not just Ranfurly Shield, Mitre 10 Cup, All Black Test matches, Super Rugby games. Also the Warriors have played there. There's been FIFA Under-20 World Cup fixtures. It is a regional event centre, Yarrow Stadium. It's not just a rugby stadium, but there's national and international events played there. So yeah, and those events, when they happen, they bring revenue into the region, and we all know the spin-offs around hospitality and accommodation and everything associated with big events. So yeah, it is a concern.
And that's Taranaki Rugby Chief Executive Jeremy Parkinson.